Hello everyone. Hello everyone, this is Razorflamekun, and in this episode of the Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction Let's Play, we are going to be heading back to the Black Marsh because we have to go to the Outer Cloister next. So to begin, we're going to be going back through the Black Marsh, and because I saved and turned off the game last time, we are going to have to fight our way to wherever the place is where we need to go and find the way to the next area. But first we're going to go back into here and get a few things, including a bunch of gold and a magical skull cap, which I'm going to go ahead and identify right now. Now the best course of action for you is to follow the track or the path until you get to the next area. 31126, okay. Or the dungeon, the optional dungeon of the area. As you can see, I followed the path and last time, and that enabled me to find the optional dungeon last time, but this time we're going for the way into the next area. Now, the next area is the area right outside of the monastery, so we have to go, and that's where we're going to be heading, the area right outside the monastery. I'm not sure if we're going to be finding any new enemies here, but we'll find out once we switch over areas. The Tamoe Highland is what this area is called. I actually do believe that there is an optional dungeon in this area, so I'm definitely sure that we're going to be getting into some optional dungeons. Also, we're going to start finding new enemies to fight as well, including these Dark Lancers. One of them dropped a Targe, actually. The others dropped, one of them also dropped a Rejuvenation Potion. And we are going to go ahead and continue on. And we also got some reskinned of those enemies as well. I can't remember what they were first called, but they were Spike Fiends in the last area, and now they are Thorn Beasts in this area. There isn't much to this area other than the Monastery Gate. However, I'm pretty sure that there is a unique monster guarding the entrance, the gate. Or not. No, it's inside. But I'm going to be heading in there fairly soon. There's a few other things that I want to do. I want to explore this area thoroughly because I'm pretty sure that there is indeed a optional dungeon in this area, and I want to find it before we go into the monastery because since I want to find it so that I can get more experience. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained at the moment, but it should pass as we go through this area. The level I recommend you being right around here is around 10 or 11, I think. 12 is also good, but around those two, around 10 or 11, I think. I think 11 is reasonable, actually. Anyways, we got a lot of enemies to fight here. And I want to see what the Targe is paladin only. It's a paladin only, so that means, excuse me, that it might have some good stuff added onto it, some good enchantments. God, I'm not speaking very well today. Anyways, it might have some good enchantments, so, but this one didn't, so that kind of sucks, but it's all right because we're not really that's not really important right now. What's important is finding the optional dungeon of this area, which I am sure there is one. I remember there being one in this area. And these guys are actually dealing quite a bit of damage. So what you can do in areas like this is you can actually just follow these dirt paths, and you can find everything that you need to find, such as optional dungeons and stuff like that. And what was this amulet? Just +2 to energy. Okay, not that good, but +1, and that's not that good either. But this is better than what she's currently wearing, so I'm gonna equip it onto her. And what I'm talking about my hireling when I talk about that. And there it is. I knew there was one. It's called the Pit. And and that's the dungeon that I wanted to, the optional dungeon that I wanted to find. So now that we found it, we're gonna go back through. We're gonna go back after we kill all of these guys, and we're gonna go back and enter the monastery, because the monastery is where we have to go next. And there's another healing potion that I need because I've been using them. And there's another shaman that revives the dead, which is not a good thing. And the throwing knife there, and a bunch of other stuff we can pick up. And now let us continue to head around searching this area. I'm actually surprised about how big this area is. I don't remember this area being that big when I last played it, but apparently it is. Which is a good thing, I guess, because it means a lot more opportunities to get experience before we start going into the monastery itself. Which will be pretty... It'll be pretty difficult once we get into the monastery, because there's a whole bunch of different areas in the monastery, it being the last main area of the game. Because it's the last main area of the game, not of the game, of this act, sorry, then it will obviously be the hardest of everything that we found in this area so far of the game. And I've just been finding a whole crap ton of gems lately. Wow, I just found like three of them in not even a second or two, or not even a minute, which is pretty interesting. But we're just continuing to go through this area, fighting all the monsters that we find for experience. And I should be level 13 soon, so that'll be good once I get to level 13, so that we can continue on. And in the last episode, I actually found quite a few very helpful items from the Countess. I actually got the first runes of the game, runes, R-U-N-E-S, and I found the first gem of the game as well, which is good. And since I'm full up, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go back to town. First we head to first we head to Akara. Then, after we visit Akara briefly, we are going to head back to Charcy to get our equipment repaired, as always, for 101. And then we're going to sell the Targe, 273, okay. And everything else that we have. Except for the gems. I don't sell the gems, but we sell everything else. Including these extra Scrolls of Town Portal. And then let's see, what does she have in this? Not much. Boy, they don't really doesn't really have much. But as always, I'm going to head over to Geed, see what he has. I think in Gamble we started seeing some very, very high level equipment, like equipment from the next act for sure. He doesn't have anything worth buying here either. Oh, he has a socketed axe, but I already have this for now. So since he always has stuff that is like next act, it's always good to check in with him every level to see what he has. He also has that scale. I saw some scale mail and chain mail as well, but I'm not gonna get into that now. What I do need to do though before I head back is I need to go back to Akara, because if I remember correctly, I'm really low. I'm pretty low on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I was pretty low on the Tome of Identifies, so I had to go, or the Identify scrolls, so I had to go and pick some more up. Now we're going to head back to the area that we were just in, and we're going to enter the monastery because I need to go and get the waypoint for this area, which actually isn't until you get inside of the monastery, which in my opinion really stinks. But inside the monastery you're going to find tougher monsters than outside in the Tamoe Highlands, so you want to make sure that you're ready to go into this area before you go into it, because you're going to get these guys, Razor somethings and Yetis, which are stronger versions of brutes, and Black Rogues, which are stronger versions of the previous enemies we were fighting as well. So already we're starting to get more higher level, higher up monsters now. So now I think it's time to invest 3 points into that and 2 into strength, because it's always good to invest in strength as a paladin, because you always are in need of better armor, and since paladins are mainly a front attacker, they attacks from the front or close combat, it's pretty good to do that, because you're able to get a bunch of people you're able to do really good. Anyways, I'm trying to find the Way Shrine, and I haven't been able to find the Way Shrine yet. I can't remember exactly where the Way Shrine is, but now we have, I didn't even notice this Minion monster here, but we had a Minion monster from Devilkin that we had to take care of. And we're currently in the Outer Cloister. And as I said earlier, there's the Outer Cloister, the Inner Cloister, and then the Catacombs. So we're in the Outer Cloister right now. And in order to get through the Outer Cloister, oh yeah, and then there's the barracks. The barracks are between the cloisters. And the Way Shrine's right here. Or Waypoint, sorry. I've been saying Way Shrine, but this really Waypoint. The barracks are between, and that's where our next quest is. However, I'm not going to be going there yet because I want to get a bit more experience before I go there. So we're actually going to be heading over to the pit in the next episode. So until next time, this has been Razorflamekun, and may all of your days shine bright.